Welcome to Alchemy Avenue, where we transform in real time, trust the vibe, and grow on purpose. This isn't just a podcast, it's a movement, a reminder that you don't need fixing, just unlocking. Around here, we laugh, we build, we heal, and we elevate, all powered by that deep inner knowing that says, this is exactly where I'm meant to be. You were made for this version of you, so let's expand, let's enjoy it, and let's keep becoming who we already are. Tap in. This is Alchemy Avenue. Welcome to Alchemy Avenue. I'm David, here for another impactful, wonderful, and amazing episode. I'm excited to co-create and build the day. It's a really great topic that I'll be focusing on. So let's get into it. Title for this is Shifting on Purpose. Shifting on purpose because you have purpose. That's something that it's definitely going to be exciting to kind of unpack and build on today. The unseen impact of personal growth, energetic alignment, and walking in your truth. Whether, I think this is the biggest underline here. Let me say that again. The unseen impact of personal growth, energetic alignment, and walking in your truth, whether others notice or not. To me, that's the big key. The big key. If you're moving the way you want to move and you know it's right, it feels with love, it feels with empowerment, and you're going to be the only one that see it, especially in the early stages, because you're going to feel it before you even see any physical manifestations or anything change in the physical. You're going to feel it first. So let's unpack it. This episode is going to be about subtle shifts and unseen progress, and the quiet power of being, the quiet power of just being the authentic you. So the last episodes kind of lead up to, being you, being the best version of you, and that best version of you is your most authentic and comfortable and happy, joyful you. Acknowledge how growth can feel invisible when those closest to you don't seem to notice it. That's a big thing. And you may say, well, I like to be validated. I mean, I get it. But if you don't learn how to, and this is just my opinion, and this is how I've approached things, if you don't understand how to validate yourself first and allow everybody else's validations to be extra, then a lot of things are going to affect you in ways where it'll be a little more harmonious and balanced if you just learn how to validate yourself first. Let's affirm this. Just because they don't see it doesn't mean it's not real. I know you understand that, because there's a lot of times you feel stuff and you be in spaces where, I think this is right, or I think I need to do this. And then you feel that first, and then you don't act on it. So just because they don't see it, feel it, understand it, or even get it, doesn't mean it's not real. Because to you it's real. And I don't want anyone to mistake this for, something that you are, trying to do, and you're wrong to make a decision to do something, and but you're like, I'm just going to go because I feel it. But in your heart's a heart, it's not the right move. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about something that you feel, you want to move with greatness and power. Do it. But again, it goes with doing your work. Everything we talk about on this podcast is all about how do you move with power and confidence because you've done the work. Because that's the best way to go about it. Because now you're not coming from a place from trauma, hurt, and disappointment. You're coming from a place of clarity, rooted in your past experiences, because that gives you wisdom. A lot of people don't want to talk about that. You go through these different things in life, and you are still here, moving and matriculating, and you here. So you have wisdom because you've been through things have happened to you. You had to use your intelligence, you had to use your creativity to get out of situations or just think your way out of a situation. You got to give yourself props and congratulate yourself for that. You are amazing for even thinking, how did I got out of that situation? Dang, just think back. I was doing this. I needed this to happen, and it happened. Or things happen. I'm not sure how they happened, but you was in a space where you had sense enough and clarity enough to let the unexpected, whatever it was, happen. You matched it, and things got better for you. You got to give yourself definitely some props for that, because that's wisdom. Now you've been through those situations, and now you got all that information, that data, and now you can apply that to other things. Especially when you start doing your work, your inner work, it's a lot of mistakes you're not even gonna make. I ain't gonna call them. It's a lot of challenges you may put yourself in that you're not even gonna do, because now you coming from a place of clarity, coming from a place of wisdom, coming from a place of confidence and trust. So I think trust is a big thing once you start doing your inner work and you start making decisions and you start, feeling them. You start feeling them, and now you can trust yourself, because now the information doesn't feel like it's foreign when you start making these decisions and you start, living the way that you want to live. So alignment changes everything. That's the main thing. Alignment changes everything. When you start feeling aligned with just how you move and your character and being not a perfect person, being the best person that you can be. Once you start moving in alignment, when I say alignment, I mean that now whenever things happen, you're matching the expectation that you have for life, your reality matches that, because you are in alignment. To me, that's how I see it, is that you have this expectation for life. You keep doing the things you need to do for yourself, and because then you do the things you need to do for yourself, and then that allows you to be open enough to do stuff for others in a more harmonious way. That part is definitely something. So once you start doing that, and then things starting to match how you feel, because they're already matching how you feel anyway. You feel like crap. You feel like, oh my God, things are never going to work. I have the worst life. Then that right there, those things you say, oh, they come and they start to match you. That's still been in alignment, but now when you're in a more harmonious and passionate and more authentic alignment, because you're good with yourself, you're happy, you're joyful. Once things start lining up, I'm telling you, it definitely changes everything. It changes so much that it may scare you a little bit, because you're so used to being in fight or flight, or you're so used to the programming of, I got to do this for this to happen. A lot of times there still have to be action, but to me, it's alignment first. It's alignment first. How do I feel and how do I want to feel? Now I'm able to move with clarity and passion. You are shifting in real time, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, vibrationally as well. A lot of times you can't, those shifts right there, and you can tell that you can tell you're shifting mentally. Let's just break it down. You can tell you're shifting mentally when just your mindset about things have changed. And again, it's okay to have thought one way and now to think another way. But once you get clear about how you feel, then if someone questions you about it, then you can articulate it, you can speak. Okay, I felt this way then because now I feel this because this new information I have gotten, or this new life experience that has came and showed me and opened me up to a new perspective that I really didn't know, but now I understand better on this topic. It's okay. And I get it. A lot of times we talk to people, and people can't even give grace to themselves. So if you change your mind about something, or you're on a different kind of time, some people may criticize you and call you, whatever they want to call you. Again, whether others notice it or not. Key. That's the key. To me, that's a major key right there. Your environment may not immediately reflect that change. It's not. It's not, because you're gonna feel. That's like even having an idea. You're gonna feel that idea, or be in a space where you think about it and you feel it. Then it'll take, reality, this 3D realm, to catch up to that feeling that you have. Because especially if it's so much different than how you felt before, it just takes time for that to collapse into here. Because you have went so long with doing things and feeling things this way. Now things have to change. Things have to change. And once that change happens, but you're the change that it has to start with anyway. So once you change, you'll be good. It takes some time, though. It takes some time. Emotionally, you can definitely tell when you shifted emotionally, because certain things just don't get to you no more. They don't. Certain things just do not. And it's almost like you got the way I describe it sometimes, or the way it feels to me sometimes. To me, it feels like you almost don't have a I don't care attitude about it, but it's not that. Is that it just doesn't affect you enough to, like, you see it playing, but you're not affected by it in a negative way that's going to bring you down. And you may even be there to help, or whatever, you may be there as that role, but you don't. Again, one of my favorite things I say is, I observe and not absorb. And that's with anybody. Spiritually, maybe your spiritual practices have changed. Maybe your spiritual practices, have upgraded to whatever that is. Or maybe, and then I said upgraded, I am including, you may get different kind of downloads. You may get different kind of anything. Your dreams may be different. You may just accidentally get into a quiet space, like in your car, or, going to the bathroom, places where, people not everybody has to be. And then something just comes to you, or you have a thought about something and you just like, wow, where does this come from? That may be where you're shifting, or it may be more dramatic than that. You may, hear voices. You may see things. You may just know things. Those things are real. So once you shift it, those things may start to upgrade for you. And vibrationally, you just, again, once you start to shift vibrationally, that right there to me is a real superpower. Because when things happen and you are unfazed by chaos, even when things happen and you may have made a mistake that you call a mistake, or you may have made a decision that, dang, I didn't mean to make that. But the way you feel it, the way that things just work out after that, that's how you know. I'm telling you, you're going to know. It's going to scare you. It's going to freak you out a little bit, because you're like, wow, all this just worked out. You're like, wow, okay. You got my attention. People around you may not feel your frequency before they understand it. They may not. And that's cool. Don't even, it's going to be hard at first to not, like, I'm different. You know what I'm saying? Because you may not even know how to articulate it or explain it, or even really want to explain it to a certain degree to certain people. Certain people, I don't think you owe certain people, really, I don't think you owe anybody an explanation to how you feel, or how you, not necessarily how you feel, because you do have to, especially if you're, with somebody, you do need to understand how to articulate and say how you feel. But I mean, in a sense where if you just got a feeling about different things, I mean, again, unpack it for yourself. Explain it to yourself first. Let it be ironed out and mapped out for you, and then you can go and explain it, because the way things happen for you once you start making these shifts, you're not going to know how to explain it. And if someone hasn't done the work, they're going to think you're crazy. If they haven't done the work, they're going to see the different things that happen for you, and they're going to be like, what are you talking about? They're not going to get it. I don't get it. So it's just best to, unless somebody's just open-minded, they haven't done the work. If they just open-minded and real, can just get new information and just let it be that, and be someone that can listen and someone that you trust, then of course. But a lot of times, you don't have those people, so it's best to just understand it for yourself. And once you understand it for yourself, what does that look like for you? And then you can start to share. This right here, though, this next point, it's funny, because your presence becomes a mirror. Sometimes soft, sometimes comforting, sometimes is in conflict to other people. And because once you start doing your work and you start moving, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and vibrationally, that right there changes what people see out of you. And a lot of time it is a mirror, especially if a super chaotic or a super crazy situation happen and you are unmoved, you still, and they know the details, and you still moving as, amazing and infinite. That shows them that don't make sense. And it reflects back to them like, oh, I may not be doing something, or they might not even understand why they feel like they didn't get mad at that, or they didn't flip out. They're not breaking down. But just a year ago, just a month ago, just yesterday, they was breaking down about different things. Now they good. I'm telling you, once you start doing your work, it reflects and mirrors back to other people in different ways. People expect you to either be the same way you were, or they expect a certain reaction out of you when you don't give it. Sometimes that makes people have a malfunction, because they're like, that don't even make sense. And then again, that's why you got to be solid with yourself, because when you have those situations and then people try to turn situations back on you and you didn't react the way they wanted you to react, and they try to flip it, oh, it don't even matter. You can flip it. I dodge stuff like that. Okay, you want to flip it? Okay, cool. I mean, I'm good. You talk, okay. Then you're calm. Then you're able to see things from a different perspective and a different vantage point. I always call them 30,000 feet above the situation. So now you get to see, a broader, scan of the situation going on. Now you can choose how you want to react. Now, if you want to give somebody what they need, what you feel you need to give them, that's your choice. That's your choice. Because look, don't play. Look, I'm good. I just don't want to be played with it. So that's why I meditate, and I just look, please, I don't want to be in a situation where people playing with me, because I don't want to have to go to it. Anyways, I don't like conflict, but don't put me in a space where conflict's there, because I don't know if sometimes I may like it. Let me say it like that. I ain't want to say it, but I'm saying it. Sometimes I like conflict. Sometimes I like the tension, because I already know how I feel about it. And I know, yeah. So again, I don't like to be in those situations. So I meditate a lot and, ask to not be in those situations. All right. So this right here, this is what I wanted to get to for real. Releasing the need to be understood right away. Release it. Let it go. Let it go. Because it is more important, like we just been talking about, for you to understand it, for you, apply it, and then if you want to express it to anybody else, do it. And if you don't want to, don't. Don't. Because again, it has to make sense to you first. We just talked about that. Has to make sense for you first. You're not here to convince, you're here to embody. So all the different things that you want to be, like who you are, not what you do. I'm talking about who you are, your character, how you want to feel, how you want to move, your clarity. Embody all of that. But you don't have to worry about trying to convince nobody of those things. Just do them. Just do them. Sometimes people feel triggered, stretched, or quiet around you because they feel your alignment before they're ready to meet it. Once you start doing the work and you start shifting, I'm telling you, it's going to change the way that people perceive you, especially if you are in a space where you haven't seen people in a while, and it's almost like it's almost like they were meeting you for the first time, because you're nowhere near, depending on how long it's been, you're nowhere near where you were when you were dealing with them or you were seeing them. And it feels, and you can feel it. You can definitely feel it. Even friends, like I got friends now that I connect with. We just don't see each other a lot. We just, I got a buddy that's in, a different state. And I mean, every time we link up though, it's always good, because we've always been friends. We always just been actually really good friends. So it doesn't even matter about the time. You got people like that. It don't even matter how long y'all been apart. Once y'all get together, the energy is just, it's high. It's high. You know what I mean? And those are relationships. Even when you start ascending and start aligning, you still, because that came from a pure place. That came from a very pure place, and y'all have always, managed y'all's, relationship well. So even when you start vibrating and shifting, those relationships right there, y'all don't think you'll ever lose them, because they always came from a place of just pure love and pure just appreciation for each other. I don't think you ever, and if you don't have that or never had that, that's a man. And a lot of people know what I'm talking about. You got somebody or you got a group of people, and it's rare, but it don't matter how long it goes that you haven't seen them. Once y'all get together, it's like boom, like I didn't miss a beat. I don't know what that is. That's alignment before you even know what alignment was. So, but then allowing people, but you got to give people grace. You have to, because you were just in this space where you were being this way, and now you have shifted. I mean, you have to, because really it's about you to you. It's about you anyway. Honor your evolution without resentment or judgment. That's a big one, because sometimes we get in a space where we're shifting, a lot of the good things are happening, and then we start to think back about those different things that we used to do or the way that things happen, and we feel resentment or feel bad about it. No, those are just keys that help you upgrade yourself. So now, you go into this thing being a key, and now you are a key. Once you start, at least that's how I see it. Then you wanting keys to be able to open doors. Boom, I want the key. Okay, I'm using the key to open the door. But now when you are the key, the doors open because you're there, or situations open because you're there. So that's a wonderful, wonderful feeling. But you got to understand that people may not get it. People just may not get it. And you have to honor yourself first. Once you start to honor yourself, once you start to just breathe and understand that, hey, I am truly in a really good space, and those things that happen to me, and I'm just saying this about any situation, whatever may have happened, because once you get into this space, you take every situation, and I'm talking about, it could be a loud situation from the past or even something soft, because everybody has different challenges. you understand that I'm still here. I have to use that as part of my makeup, part of my wisdom to better move forward. Honor that. Honor that. Again, once you start to get in these spaces, it doesn't really matter what has happened to you. Like I said, I'm not downplaying anything that has happened, but once you start to look at things from a different perspective, because again, you are still here. So since you're still here, why not alchemize those past situations, especially when they're deep and troubling? Alchemize them, change them, convert how you see them, and then now you use them as fuel, wisdom, and now you're able to see things from you don't hold yourself, hostage because those things happen to you anymore. You feel great that I can move forward with clarity and power. So keep showing up as your full self without shrinking to fit an older version of you by recognizing that it's okay, again, that you have changed. You keep showing up as your full, authentic self. It's going to feel weird at first. It's going to feel weird. But once you get past that, you're going to move. And I'm telling you, you're going to be able to walk like taller. You're going to feel like you're walking taller because you are embodying who you really are. And once you do that and do that on a consistent basis, no matter what, it's thoroughly empowering. You won't have to worry about the different things that come up because you already know the answer's coming. It's coming. It's coming right up. Or I need to let me take a breath. Or while I'm moving and doing what I'm doing. And you see, I'm talking about. Because I don't believe any of your gifts, your technologies is what I call them. I don't think any of your technologies or anything that goes on with you should be separate from any part of your life. I know some people say, well, I'm this at work and I'm this, when I'm out. You got it. To me, it is more harmonious to merge all of that and just be it. Be it all the time. Just be it. Whatever that is, just be you and be it. The power of invisible momentum. Vibrational changes often show up before the physical does. Yeah. You already feel it. You feel it. Okay. And now the part you have to take your time with is you may feel it so early that it has not shown up in the physical yet. You just got to give yourself, just be patient. You got to be patient. That part is going to definitely test you, especially if you've, came from a space where you in fight or flight, or you've always been, one way, and now you feel a different way, but then that feeling hasn't translated to how your physical life has changed. It definitely takes time to realize that you're going to feel a lot of things before you're going to feel them before they show up. And that's okay. Staying grounded, grounding, meditating, being outside in nature. I'm going to say grounding with your feet on the grass, and whatever other rituals that you come up with to keep yourself in a grounded space will definitely help. There is a delay between internal alignment and external results. That gap, do not mistake it for lack. Do not mistake it for failure, because you're not. You have always thought this way or been doing stuff this way. So you got to unravel all of that. And then once you start feeling it, the point is that you feel it. You feel whatever you feel. You feel abundant. You feel joyful, happy, and you feel at peace. Give it some time. Still have wisdom to not be in situations and still be able to. So we're not going to that, deep, but because I'm not saying, just stay in whatever situation and just accept it because it's going to change. No. You still got to have wisdom to be able to, and again, if you're in a situation that you need to move immediately or you don't need to be in that long, the answer will come. You have to trust that. Definitely have to trust that. The energy you carry is creating ripples, in every room, every conversation, every moment, even if you don't see it. You don't see it, but you feel it. And I'm telling you, I know you may not think you feel it, but you do, because you're so busy doing, and being that you can't tell, or you can't feel the subtle shifts of the different situations that happen. Walking with compassion and clarity. Everyone is shifting in their own time, in their own way. Got to give them grace, like we talked about a little earlier. You have to give them grace. You have to give them, because you give people what you give yourself. You give people grace. You give people just the ability to grow themselves. You have to, because everybody's shift and everybody's alignment happens in different ways and shows up in different ways. Your growth may stretch others, but that doesn't mean you're leaving them behind. That's a good point too, because when you start doing this work and you start to shift and you start to align and you start to think different, you may, depending on what your surroundings look like, you may feel sad and you may feel a different way because you can't take nobody with you, because again, they're on their own path. Not saying, oh, I can't, I'm good now, I'm so aligned, I can't deal with nobody. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about having that kind of arrogance about your shift. I'm talking about understanding that everybody's not going to be able to go where you're going because it's you. Now, people may fall off, and then y'all may connect on something else later. But to me, your focus needs to be you and your alignment. Once you get to a good space, and you may be the catalyst to help them. But once you do the work, though, and you may even have people that you still can connect with, that are still with you, even though they don't get it, but they're supportive enough to still be around you and still be helpful and not draining. So that's a blessing as well, to have people in your corner that way. Let love guide you, even when it looks like distance. Be the example, not the enforcer. Your peace teaches more than your explanation. I'm telling you, just like you feel things vibrationally first before you move through anything else, the way that you affect others is how you move and operate. They'll feel it. They may not know what to call it. They know, but it's not your responsibility to make sure they know, or to make sure they get it. Y'all got to get it. It's not your responsibility for that. It's not. So understanding how powerful we all are once we start loving ourselves, and once we start to care for ourselves. Don't play about you. Don't play about yourself. Even when no one claps, the signal still broadcasts. Even when they don't respond, the vibration still ripples. Your growth is not waiting to be recognized. To be real, it's already working on levels seen and unseen. So keep choosing peace. Keep trusting your path, because sometimes the greatest impact is the one they feel long before they find the words to articulate it to anybody. So be happy with being you, understanding that you grow and expand every single day. There's nothing you can't do. Once it's that saying, that you mean, there's nothing you can't do. You put your mind to it. Again, it's all about your mind. Your mind is the biggest part of you. How you view things, how you see things, how you even perceive the way that things are happening. Your mind is very powerful. Use it to your advantage. Use it to love. Use it to create. Use it, because no matter what you're doing, you're creating. No matter what you are doing, you are in a space of a creator. So use it. Use it for the positive, the love, use it. A lot of times we get mad because we feel things or we think about things or we journal, we draw, whatever we do, we come up with concepts and we get mad because we should have at least moved on it to some degree and we don't. That to me, that's a lot of times we pour into different situations and we say, oh, I don't have no time for me. Gotta make time for you. You cannot expect someone to say, you know what? I think my dad should have time to himself today. You cannot expect people to do that. You just can't. You can't. Even though you may do it, don't expect you from other people. Just be the best version of yourself. But in doing that, because a lot of us like doing stuff for other people. A lot of us like arranging, organizing. But you can burn yourself out because you like to do it. That's fun. That is, it's easy for you. Do it for yourself first. Find time for you. I get it. I like planning stuff. I like doing stuff. I like being creative. I like, I'm infinite, so I can give it away. I can definitely give it away. However, I still need to find time to do it for myself. Even if I do give something away, find time. So, and somebody asked about the pieces behind me. They're a combination of some of my stuff. I bought this piece, this blue one. I bought this from an art thing they had downtown here in our city. And the smaller piece, I got that from an auction from my daughter's school. So those are other people's art. So if you got art, any kind of pieces, any kind of creative, whatever, just holler at me. Shoot me an email, Alchemy Avenue 859@gmail.com, and I'll display it. I'll have it up. So wonderful episode today. Appreciate yourself so you can appreciate others. Love yourself so you can love others. Till the next time, Ashe.